Good day. God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach, and this is episode 69 in the Healthy, Wealthy, Happy series. Um, be bold, be strong, for the Lord your God is with you. No matter where you are on your journey, whether you're just beginning or fighting the battle every day, just know that your Lord is with you in your fight, in your daily needs, in your life. Be grateful, learn how to be appreciative of this life, and especially, like I keep bringing up, in America, how easy we have it and how good it is, and being grateful for the things you have will help you see the good in life, in your life, and over the bad things in life. You to be grateful, even in hard times. It's easy to thank God when you win the lottery or you win the Super Bowl and give all the credit to Jesus. But how about when you look to him even during hard times and give him the glory that he is in control at all times? So guys, I am on day one again of eating. So like I said, on my last 96-hour fast, I ate a couple times and I felt fine. I got some good workouts in, and I stayed even at 245. So I'm still even 25 pounds down. And I'm feeling all right about that. I still think, cheers, Angel. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, yes, yes, man. It was awesome. I almost made a second one. My commenter was saying the salad I posted earlier. I was just sitting there eating a salad, and my son was playing some video games, and I'm like, I'm just going to all sneaky just go live and eat my salad. I wanted to show, like, it's such a big salad that it took me over 10 minutes to eat it, and I was legit stuffed, and it has not even 200 calories. So just showing part of my life. Having my son over, we got up and we had a great breakfast. I did a little bigger breakfast today, and I waited till about 9, I want to say. Maybe it was 8:30. Anyway, I ate like maybe an 800 calorie breakfast, and I still used my chips, and I stayed on track all day. I went over a little, but like I said, this is only 2,000. So we got to the gym, and we were doing our warm up on the treadmill, and I've had my 5K training. In the back of my mind, I keep sneaking those workouts in the in with all my other workouts. Whether I'm doing the circuit training or I'm doing the kettlebells or whatever, I just been doing some extra running. And I was telling my son, I was like, I kind of want to just run more today because my cardio is coming back and it's feeling great. I love running. I love the feeling of it. When you get your breathing under control and you get your pace, and I'm running slow. I'm running between 5 and 6 miles an hour. The fastest I ran on the treadmill today was 6.5 miles an hour, which is like over a 9-minute mile. And then 5 miles per hour is like a 12-minute mile. So it's just right in that slower jogging range. And it just feels great, man. I don't know. I've just learned to really love it. I want to do a lot more running this year than I have in the past few years. I mean, I've ran enough to run a couple half marathons, but I really want to push it up so that I can run that whole marathon next year. And that's going to include needing to lose a significant amount of weight. So that's part of what this series is about too. So I'm 25 pounds down, and I am really feeling like I haven't even really tried that hard. You could say, Zach, you're fasting 4 days at a time. I've done it so many times. Like, it's really not that difficult for me. It's almost embarrassing that I can fast for 4 days so easily, but then it's pretty difficult to eat healthy for 4 days. So I'm really thinking about the habits that I'm forming, and what I'm training myself to do, and how I'm learning through this process. For example, eating the 800 calorie breakfast this morning, which wouldn't have been a large breakfast for me in the past at all. It would have been a small breakfast, but I was so stuffed and so satisfied that I didn't eat again for like 5 hours, and then we ate. And then I had that salad I had some eggs and bacon for breakfast, and then like 5-6 hours later, I had that big salad after the gym. So just very filling meals and very filling food and eating healthier food. So my cardio is coming back like gangbusters. I went from like I said, when I downloaded the Couch to 5K app, I ran like 1 minute and then walked a minute, and then it was run 1.5 minutes and walk a minute, And now I'm up to where I was running 5, 6 minutes at a time at better paces and then taking a little break. And then I did that well, then my son was like, well, let's just stay on the treadmill for a whole hour, because the treadmills go off after an hour at this particular gym. And so we just walk, jog, walk, jog for the whole hour, and then went and did some crunches and darted out of there. So really felt good. I'm sure we burned, 5, 6, 700 calories. So that felt good to get a better cardio workout in today. And then it's kind of looking forward to this summer coming up. It's only what is it, February 17th. So it's still gonna be a few months before it's any nice weather in here in Minnesota. But sometimes I think living in Minnesota, it makes you appreciate the nice weather so much more, because on a beautiful summer, fall day in Minnesota, it's just like the greatest thing in the world. And it's because of the more difficult times, the more shitty weather, which kind of teach you a lesson in life that, you take the good with the bad, and it really makes the good stand out a lot more, and understand that, life is not all, you know, peaches and cream. So still just struggling through this. I'm just feeling that warrior mode, that I'm always there. I'm always learning. I'm always thinking, just sitting around. We got back from the gym, and I've been cleaning and sorting out my storage here. And so I sorted through 2, 3, 4 bins a day. So that felt good. But in the back of my mind, I'm always just like, okay, what are you doing? Where's your habits? Where's the discipline going to come from? I'm aware of much more effective and rapid weight loss, but in the back of my mind, it's like, well, you've done that before and you've always gained it back. So how are you gonna stay consistent over the long term? Looking like I said, if it took you 2 years to lose 100 pounds, would that be bad? Like, not at all, and it's hard to swallow the pill that's like, oh man, I got to take 2 years to lose this weight, but I'm 25 pounds down in the first 2 months. So, I mean, it's probably not going to take me 2 years, but to think, what if it does? And can I maintain that discipline and that lifestyle? And it's like, well, if you can't, then you're probably going to gain it all back, so it's not really a weight loss journey anymore. It's more of a life change journey, a changing of your mind, a changing of your psychology, your mental state. And I brought it up in some of my other videos, and talking about seeing a therapist or a counselor or whatever you want to call them. The particular ones I'm wanting to look into is the cognitive behavior therapist. And I'm really wanting to go talk to them about, this channel and my weight loss journey and my psychology and my failed relationships and my, searching for love in the world, or whatever I can talk about to try to get it all out. And I know, a lot of people my age that are single, and they've had struggles throughout their life. And, I was married for 10 years and had 5 kids, and that marriage failed. And I dated several other women, and they all failed. And, you just don't understand until, sometimes till it's too late, that how affected were by your childhood. Not maybe if it's your, alcoholism or drug addiction or failed marriages or, whatever problems, aggressive people and violent people, submissive people, they don't realize these things all started in childhood, and defense mechanisms and learned behavior of how to, just how to survive as a child, whether it was your mother, your father, your brother, sister, your life situations. And not everybody obviously not everybody had a rough childhood, but mine was not the best, but it wasn't the worst either. I'm not trying to pretend to be a victim, but I'm learning over the last year or two, especially of how you were formed, how your state of being was designed at such an early age. And watching my parents fight as a child, and growing up in a household that was nobody, they didn't love each other at all. And then it was just constant arguing and yelling. And it took me till I was probably 49 years old. And it just, so maybe a year and a half ago, it just flashed in my mind one day. It's like, my God, I was crying all the time when I was a kid, like watching my parents fight, just brought me to my knees almost daily, definitely multiple times a week, where they're just screaming and arguing and fighting all the time. And it's like, well, no wonder you have some issues when you grow up, and maybe don't trust the relationships you're in, and you can't, I don't know, you can't form a positive relationship with a woman. And those things have had effect, throughout my whole life. So no surprise then, that those issues will transfer into other things, as far as alcohol and drugs and obesity, and what led to diabetes. And but like I said, thankfully I did get the type 2 diabetes, because it cleared up. I had already quit doing drugs a long time ago, but then the alcohol pretty much went away. I'm still, it's February 17th. I've still only had one beer this year. It's just, it's funny to me when I think about how much I drank in 2015. So what was that, 8 years ago? I drank almost every day. And as I say almost, I can barely even think of a day that I wouldn't have drank. And there was no amount of hangover that was going to prevent me from drinking again the next day. It was a work day or a day off work. I could get up and drink in the morning and pass out, and get up and drink again at night on the weekends, and on the work days, just get off work and go get just wasted drunk and pass out and do it again every single day for years. And no wonder I got to be 315 pounds. So, I was wondering, this is the latest I've ever went live. I've been on for 10 minutes. It's 10. So I was like 950, 952 before I went live. And I was curious if there would be many people showing up on the live stream, but it looks like we got 5 or 6 coming and going already. And hit that thumbs up, hit that like, share once in a while. Welcome to the new subscribers. We got, I think I got about 100 new subscribers in the last couple days, or maybe something like that. So thank you guys for coming along for the ride. They're still coming in. Just looking to, have a positive impact on the world. Like I've told people throughout my life, and not everybody can get along with me. And, I definitely take my responsibility for that. I'm not always the most easy to understand or accept human being in the world. But when I meet somebody, let's say we just met for the first time, I automatically assume we're going to be friends. I don't care what age you are, what race you are, how tall you are, how skinny you are. It's irrelevant. I believe you're a child of God, created by the Most High, and I assume we're going to be friends, and that if I can impact your life in a positive way, if I can learn something from you, it's a mutual situation where I feel like everybody can learn from each other and help each other. There's that saying that came out a few years ago, like, in a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind. And it's not my favorite quote, but it's pretty good. It's pretty close. Like I enjoy showing strangers kindness. Or what'll make you feel good is like a friend of mine asked me to, like, give my opinion of them recently, for some group that they were in. Like, hey, can you? I have to read it to the group, and what do you? And man, did it make me feel good to think positively about another human being, and write out a short paragraph about how this person has affected my life and impacted me in a positive way, and what a role model they were as an athlete, and as a Christian, and as a friend, as a man, and made me realize, like, man, if I could have a positive impact on somebody's life, like this person has had a positive impact on my life. I mean, I'm 50 years old, so I have a little bit of a history to look back, but I'm sure I have a bunch of subscribers that are much older than me even. And, I think about throughout my life, the people that made you who you are. I tell all my friends, whether they're just a tiny, like an acquaintance, or all the way to my best friends, like when you're growing up, they are a part of who you are. Everybody you've ever met, and even this angel commenting, there's maybe it's only a thousandth of a percent, but the influence that people have on you, it all adds up and becomes some part of who you are and who you become. And hopefully you can pass on those positive behaviors. And that it's kind of like, like spread the joy, like just show kindness to people. Like, I like to tip, let's say, for example, like workers in different, forms of jobs that they rely on tips. I mean, I like to tip pretty heavily, especially if it's good service, whether it's at a restaurant or if you have a haircut or whatever. Um, and I hate to even bring it up because I'm not like trying to lose my blessing or anything, but I'm saying like it's it makes you. I don't want to just say like it's a feel good, like, oh, I'm gonna give this homeless guy on the corner $20 and then I'm gonna be a great person. That's not what I mean, but like kind of like you're building yourself up to be kind, like it's supportive of your let's call it your agenda, your identity. It's supportive of your identity and your plan that you're placing those votes for yourself to be positive towards yourself. Like read psychology books. They say people will go get a prescription for their dog and administer it to their dog at a higher degree than they will fill a prescription for themselves and administer it to themselves. They're more likely to take better care of their dog or their cat or whatever than they are of themselves. And my point is then, you learn from that to take care of yourself as well, just as well, or, you should really be taking care of yourself better than anybody else so that you can treat other people, take care of other people. Like if you don't love yourself, can you really love your spouse? And maybe that's maybe why I'm single, because the childhood trauma, I just never really learned to love myself. And maybe that's what I'm talking out here. And it's what I'm attempting to change with this YouTube channel. I had got my heart broken for just back to back to back. And I for some reason I didn't bawl my eyes out about this last one, last year, but something just stiffened up in my spine and I was like, that's it. This has got to change. Something has got to change that makes this recurring pattern stop, because I'm just too old to keep going through this same thing. What if I have another 5-year relationship that fails and another 5-year relationship fail? I mean, thinking about dying alone, not that it's the worst thing in the world, but doesn't sound as pleasurable. I mean, we all will give up the ghost someday and move on to the next life and be with the Lord. And assuming we don't live till the coming of the Lord, which would be a thrill, wouldn't it, to get to be alive for that event to take place? Reading the Bible for the last 30 years, 28 years, whatever I said it's been. 30, I'm so old. I don't 32 years I've studied the Bible. It looks possible that the coming of the Lord may be soon at hand in the next year or 2 or 3 or even 10. But I should be able to live another 10 years. So hit that like button, guys. You love these videos and you like watching them, so you might as well hit the like button. It's not gonna, doesn't cost you anything. The FBI is not tracking you. There's gonna be no aliens popping up because you hit the like button. But going back to the positive habits, guys, this is a learning process. Like you got to start developing the positive habits and placing those votes for yourself. So like today, I tried to wait a little bit to eat breakfast. I ate a little bit of bigger breakfast and it felt great, because then I didn't feel like the other days where I said I ate a 400 or like I ate a 200 calorie salad and then I ate a little bit more later and then a little bit like every hour or two. I didn't really feel like doing that. So maybe a little bit bigger breakfast, having trained myself on the 400 calorie meals for a couple of weeks, it really it placed the votes for me that I'm not an overeater. Like I can eat small meals. This is normal. This is like eating so many vegetables now. I don't like, we were at the grocery store yesterday. I picked up my son and we stopped at the grocery store on the way home. And like 80% of the cart full, we like that, the half size cart, the small carts. I don't even get the big cart. It's too small of an apartment to bring that much food in here. But like 80% of the cart was full of either fruits and vegetables or berries, like melons. It was just all in the produce section. And the only things that weren't were a few things that my son bought for himself, like a couple frozen pizzas and some like some snack bars or whatever they were. But it was, and then a little win, some chicken, like that was it. There was nothing out of any aisle in the entire store, and some water. That's all we bought. So that's becoming completely normal. I don't feel like I'm denying myself of any joy, or I feel like I'm building myself up, and I'm eating for to provide my body with the fuel it needs to thrive at its best and feel the best it can, and live the best life it can. um yeah, ice cream tastes great, but is it gonna make you live longer? Is it gonna make you feel better? Is it like medicine for your soul? It's not. Like I said, when you eat that big bowl of ice cream at home and you throw that bowl in the sink, I can just feel myself throwing the ice cream bowl in the sink, like, why'd you do that? Now it's all gone, and it's nothing but negative effects on your body from here on out, especially with the diabetes. And if you don't have diabetes, and if your doctor said you're borderline or you're pre-diabetic, and man, I encourage you to get all over that as soon as you can. Like, get on it. Talking about what I drink too. Like, I don't feel like I'm changed. I don't feel like I'm having any discipline. I just drink water. I drank black tea when I woke up, and I drank water all day, and I had 1 cup of almond milk today, which is not, and that was only because my son's here, because he bought it to have cereal. So, I don't feel like I'm doing anything extremely difficult as far as what I'm drinking. And then what I'm eating, like I said, is a high percentage now of vegetables, and very little to no processed food or snacks, and, junk food around. So those habits that I formed over the last couple months, because if you go back 2 months, I mean, I might not have been rattling everything off that was in my house, but like, if you remember, I was talking about like just snacking on peanut butter right out of the jar. And, there was other stuff too, other junk food snack items, and they've just kind of drifted away, and they're just gone. I don't have them in my life. And if it never was a part of your life, you wouldn't even notice. But and when you can cut it out to that point where you don't even notice, and it feels like it was just never part of your life, and you can just move on, and we're talking about your health and your wellness, and which is going to be, your physical health is going to be a big step in the progress of your mental health, or vice versa. Your mental health is going to cause your body to be as healthy as your state of mind is. And so that's more about what I'm talking about with this channel, you guys. And I'm feeling good. Like I said yesterday, I've received some more, compliments, just, I'm not skinny yet, but, people call you skinny just because they see you losing weight. And it lets you know that, hey, people are recognizing your effort, and they're seeing that you're doing better than you were, at least, right? I mean, 245 pounds is not a healthy weight for a 5'8" guy, 5'9" guy, but it's a lot better than 270, or for sure 315, like I was. So, what is that? I mean, that's 70 pounds less than 315. So that's not too bad. That's not too shabby, guys. So yeah, just a quick update, guys. I just didn't want to. It was getting late, and my boy was playing on the laptop, and I was like, "That's it. You got to get up. I better sneak one in." So I don't know. I'm feeling good, guys. Get some good sleep tonight, and I don't know. We'll probably hit the gym again tomorrow, because I don't think we're gonna be too sore just from doing treadmill all day. So maybe we'll hit it tomorrow and do the circuit workout and hit some upper body and pump some iron, which burns a ton of sugar out of your bloodstream. Guys, if you the stronger and denser muscles you can develop. My commenter said I look 5'10", and I think he was meant when I'm laying down. I look 5'10". I don't know, Will. I don't know how tall you are, but you're about the same height as me, I think, and I don't think we're 5'10". It's funny too, because my dad was like 5'9" growing up, and I was right around 5'8.5". When he was always like just maybe a half inch taller than me, or a quarter inch taller than me, and now he's like way shorter than me. You get old and shrink up a little bit, but yeah, guys, hit that like button, jump on board with Jesus. I had to give a quick update. You can probably tell that I'm not a super energetic right now, and I feel great physically. I'm in a good mood right now, but I just have so many things going on in my head right now as far as the future of this channel and my physical future and my mental future and my emotional state. And I'm super excited. I have this trip all booked and planned. I got the plane tickets bought and the hotels and resorts all booked up to go to the Philippines in April and search for the love of my life in another country, which sounds crazy, but why not? What's so crazy about it? I mean, I've dated enough crazy women in this country. Why not try a different one? I just don't see any downside to it. It's like, oh, what if it fails? Like, yeah, like everyone I've had here. So, but like I said, it's a lot obviously has a lot to do with my mental state and my emotional state and how I saw my parents treat each other and how I saw a woman mistreat a man badly my entire childhood. So when I grew up and I saw that a lot, and it's kind of like self-fulfilling prophecies, where you go and find the relationship. Men and women do it. I'm not bashing women at all, or men. I'm almost bashing myself because I'm saying I go and find the woman that is going to be not compatible with me to like simulate what I went through as a child, where a woman could mistreat a man, and that like that's what I deserve because that's what I learned. And what I'm saying I'm learning now is that is not what I deserve. I'm a good guy. I'm a good man. I've never hit a woman. I was married for 10 years. I never even rose my voice to her. I paid the bills, and I gave her 5 children, and she gave me 5 children, and life was good. But she thought the grass was greener on the other side, and well, now she's had 2 husbands. Maybe she can go for 3. I never really wanted to get married again after I got divorced, but it's been like 12 years. Yeah, it's been like 12 years now, and I think I'm ready to find the one true love and get married and call it that's it. And I think the woman I'm talking to is very well, she's beautiful for one. She's a little younger than me. She's like 34, so considerably younger than me, but I have the emotional and psychological maturity of about a 25-year-old man. So she's actually 9 years older than me in many regards. So I just have to get a little more jack tanned and juicy as fudge by April. I think it's 16th yeah, April 16th. I'm flying out, so it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to have all the pictures and stories and videos to post from the Philippines, and then well, I'll be over there for like 18 days, but then when I get back, it's only like 12 days later. Then I'll be up in the Boundary Waters and hopefully have a bunch of camping stories and fireside chat. I'm doubting there'll be much reception up there, but that'd be awesome if I could go live out in the woods and have a little live feed from the campsite. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna just let it go. Tomorrow is gonna be another day of eating low carb, watching the meal size. I changed up the timing a little bit. Like I said, I was going to do today, instead of just a 400 calorie meal and a 400 calorie meal and a 200 calorie salad, just like every 2-3 hours. I kind of just ate a little bit bigger breakfast, and then I tried to drag it out and not eat so much so that I had more calories to eat on and snack on as the night went. And it worked okay, but it's like 10:20, so we'll be going to bed any minute now. As soon as I looked at the clock and said 10:20, I just had to yawn. And so that must mean it is time. And that's another thing too, when you think you're hungry or you want a snack at night, it's like just drink some water. It really you're more than likely just thirsty anyway. Like I said, when you're so overweight like I was, you don't even know the difference between hungry and thirsty, and you just always eat. You don't even give your body a chance to know that you just needed 8 ounces of water, and you would have that sensation would have went away. And so I'm actually about to do that right now. Do I have some water right here? Got some right here. Oh no, that was my son's apple juice. I should not have drank that. I haven't drank apple juice in freaking 10 years. That was pure sugar. All right, guys. Jump on board with Jesus because he loves you. I love you. And I will catch up with you guys tomorrow evening.